Hey loves, welcome back to Day Spills Tea. I, of course, am the lovely Day. And while I am late with this Real Housewives of Potomac recap, I am still always on time, okay? Anyways, I'm just kidding. I had a really full last 5 or 6 days. And I swear I tried my best to get this done yesterday, but it just wasn't happening. So at least I'm here today. Let's go ahead and get into the video and talk about how Karen is like the worst fairy godmother ever. Let's talk about how Mia then got caught lying again. Robyn is still out here lying in these streets, and Giselle is pretending that she don't know why anybody would ever be mad at her for anything. Before we get all the way into the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, show me some love. Drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on everything I have to say, and let me know your thoughts on everything that's been going on the show this season, especially when it comes to Mia and her little fairy tales, how Wendy is handling this thing with Giselle, all of it. I just really want to know what you all think about it. That's the whole point of this channel. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. Click the little red subscribe word down there, ring the little bell, and then that way you get notified every time I post a new video. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So the episode picks up where we left off last week with Wendy going in on Giselle and Robyn, for that matter, after Ashley done set up and dropped this big old bomb, right? And so Robyn is saying she doesn't know why Wendy is so mad if it's not true. So let's just be very clear. For those who may have missed some things, Wendy is not upset just because you all are saying that Eddie may have cheated. Wendy is upset. Remember, this is a reality show. Wendy is upset because although this rumor was going around, it was not going to be a part of the show until the ladies made it a part of the show. The reason she's upset that Giselle had multiple conversations about this is because she knows that Giselle was having those conversations in order to make the rumor a part of the show. The reason she wouldn't go ahead and acknowledge Robyn saying, what's the rumor? What's the rumor? Is because she knows that Robyn was trying to get her to say it on the show. The reason that her and Ashley are supposedly friends, but Ashley waits until they're on the cash trip. And I said this last week. If Ashley wanted to talk to her about this, it could have been a phone call. It could have been a girl, let's meet up for lunch. It could have been I'm popping by your house, whatever. But it wasn't any of those things because Ashley wanted to make sure it was at a time where they would be being filmed and it would make it a part of the show. That is the whole reason that Wendy is upset. It's because she knows they tried to make this a bigger thing than it was. So many of us who are addicted to reality TV and we watch all the blog shows on YouTube and all of that, we all heard this rumor last year. I used to watch All About the Tea, and this was one of the rumors. This one and the one about Marceau were some of the rumors that made me actually stop watching that channel when I realized that she would put things out there and claim that it was confirmed, and it would just be a whole lie. And nothing in the video she would have posted would actually confirm what she was claiming to be true, namely claiming that Eddie was with some white woman at work and claiming that Marceau had an illegitimate child. Not saying that things are not true, but none of what Monica of All About the Tea had put in her videos actually confirmed that it is true. Anyways, I digress. So most of us have heard this rumor, but some people had not heard the rumor. And so it was still kind of a small community of watchers and followers who had heard this rumor. I watched Funky Dineva last week and he said he had not heard the rumor. But making it a part of the show gives it legs and gives it life and gives it longevity to where now it's a rumor that everybody who watches the show is aware of. That is why Wendy is pissed. Robyn knows this, and Robyn is pretending not to know this. Giselle is pretending not to know this, and Ashley is quite frankly pretending not to know this. And bottom line is y'all foul. Y'all are very foul because it is her real life, So that's that on that. The thing with Robyn, as far as, trying to get Wendy to say on camera that, this rumor about Eddie, Wendy did an interview. So Robyn is claiming that producers made it look like she knew about Eddie. But Wendy has already done this interview with the Jasmine brand where she basically said that Robyn was the first one who actually told her about the rumors. Like before Ashley and all that, Robyn was the first one who told her about the rumors. But then she's going to sit up here and play dumb like she doesn't know what they're talking about. And Wendy wasn't falling for the okie doke. And I believe Wendy over Robyn because this is not the first time that Robyn has lied about her involvement in some nonsense. Last year, before the season started, Candace did a live and she told us how she and Robyn and Giselle and the other ladies had sat down and plotted to take Monique down. She told us this out of her own mouth, how they were going to say that her baby was conceived with her trainer and all of this. And it didn't work out because the baby came out looking just like Chris. And Robyn sat up there and claimed that she was not there that day. I was never a part of that conversation and all of that. Robyn, I didn't believe you then. I don't believe you now. You knew about these Eddie rumors. You knew exactly what she was talking about. And you were trying to get Wendy to say this crap on camera. So Robyn is sitting there and she asks, are we mad at Ashley for anything? And of course, y'all shouldn't really be mad at Ashley because Ashley only dropped the bomb that Giselle fed her to drop, you know? And then we see Ashley is nice and snug as a bug in a rug at home, pretending to have a separation anxiety from leaving her boys. I couldn't believe she said that. So she's like, although I enjoyed the trip with the ladies, I had so much separation anxiety for leaving my boys at home. No disrespect, but Ashley, you're a whole lie. You didn't have any separation anxiety. You were sitting up there on that trip. You came in to raise hell and then you left. Mission accomplished. I didn't see where you had any separation anxiety from your boys. You came in getting the tea from Karen. You came in getting some tea from Giselle. And then you went and caused a bunch of trouble. That's it. That's it. Nobody leaves their 3-week-old baby if they don't have a very, very good reason to do so. And in your mind, coming to raise hell on this girl's trip and trying to make a name for yourself in this season where you've pretty much been non-existent was your goal. And that's what you did. Not buying the separation anxiety thing. Michael comes in and he gives Ashley this mother's ring. And she's trying to play it up like it's the most thoughtful thing. Babe, that took so much thought. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. They're so cliche. People have been buying and making mother's rings with the birthstones like forever. It's just such a joke watching. I keep saying it week after week. Watching these shows and watching these women pretend and act is getting real old. Like we see right through you. We see right through you. Oh, he loves his dad. Half the time we see Baby Dean, he's trying to get the hell away from Michael. Anyways. So the ladies are getting ready to have dinner back at the White House or the mansion or whatever. And Wendy is saying she doesn't want to break bread with Giselle and called her a bee, whatever, which makes it interesting that she was so mad when she thought that Giselle had called her one, but you let that one fly right out your mouth with no problem. But anyway, so Wendy in her confessional is saying that Giselle is attacking her because Giselle wants her to be as miserable as she is. And while I do believe that Giselle is miserable, that's not why she's attacking you, Wendy. Wake up. It's not about you, Wendy. Giselle has a job to do. She takes it very seriously. She is willing to accomplish her mission. She understands the assignment and she's going to make it happen at all costs. You are simply a casualty of war. You are simply a pawn in her scheme. You are just someone to do something to for her to keep the show rolling. Giselle has proven this season after season after season. So you just happen to be the mark this season, but it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with Eddie. She's not jealous of your relationship. She's just Giselling. Okay. So don't take it personal. She's just Giselling. So Giselle says, that Wendy shouldn't be in this group if she's going to crumble every time somebody criticizes her. I think none of y'all should be in the group because none of y'all know how to act. Anyways, Candace starts to say that Wendy is probably back at the cottage and Giselle chimes in and says, crying to Karen. And then Shady Bravo takes us to a scene where Wendy is absolutely crying to Karen. And okay, you all know that I am not a Wendy fan, although I did not like what Robyn and Giselle were doing to her, but I'm still not really a Wendy fan, but she is, I know some of y'all gonna beat me up for this. Y'all gonna swear I don't like her because she dark skinned and all of that, but whatever. She is so over dramatizing. He is such a good man. And then it was like, okay, the tears and he's a good man part was fine. But then she started going, oh. What was the, oh. I'm sorry. It just seems so fake and so over dramatized. And Askella and Karen are trying to be supportive. Karen went and got her some paper towel and all of that. And, you know, Askella was saying that she didn't really recognize this version of Robyn. You know, she felt like Robyn when she's without Gizelle is different. And she's like, you know, even when Gizelle is doing wrong, Robyn is very loyal to her. And she's like, that's being a good friend. It's not. And y'all are too old to think that. That's not a good friend. My good friends are going to correct me when I'm wrong so that I can continue to do better. Your good friends should be able to pull your coattail when you're doing wrong so that you can grow and continue to do better. Okay? Being loyal is just agreeing with BS and nonsense is not being a good friend, is not even being a good grown-up. Okay, so let's scratch that from our mindset, okay, because it's simply not true. So Robyn realizes now that Wendy never really supported her relationship with Juan, and she's like, because Wendy snapped at her so fast and called her relationship non-existent after being the one who was screaming and hollering and all of that and everything at the engagement party. Here's the thing, Robyn, nobody's buying it. So your friends who are in your friend circle are going along with it to be nice, but they're not buying it. And so, yeah, Wendy kind of revealed that on mistake, that they're not buying it. Just like you're not buying Gizelle's relationship with Jamal, none of them is really buying your relationship with Juan. We don't really see it as being a real thing. None of them really expects you to have a wedding. So you sitting on the bench saying, you know, I know who's not invited to my wedding, who's not invited to my shower. They're not worried about that. Nobody, they're not worried about it. None of them in your circle really believes that this is happening. Not even Gizelle. Okay? Wendy just let it slip. But she's no different than the rest of them. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. So while they're sitting there talking, who was it? Gizelle brought up the fact that Wendy had told Robyn to go herself, and Robyn started doing and all of this and everything. And okay, last week when that happened, Wendy said, yes, go do that with your breath. And people were saying that she said with your whiskey breath. The trouble with that is that Bravo wouldn't have bleeped out whiskey breath. I am pretty sure that she didn't say whiskey breath. I'm pretty sure she said with your breath. So y'all tell me what y'all think. What do you think Wendy said that Bravo would have bleeped out in that moment? Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't whiskey. They had said whiskey 20 times that episode. They were doing a whiskey tasting. And then, of course, after that, Robyn is saying she's getting ready to go to bed, and her girlfriend Gizelle has to follow her up, and then they have to go up and go to bed together. So whatever. Anyways, let's see. So the following morning, Gizelle is at the pool, and Askella and Mia and a few others, they come out with her to the pool. And Askella is telling Gizelle, like, you started all that. And Gizelle is like, I didn't start it. Ashley started all of that. Gizelle, like, do you not remember the part where you're the one who took the rumor to Ashley? Do you not remember the part where you were telling Ashley that maybe someone else should talk to Wendy about it because she's not going to hear it from me? You don't remember putting the battery in Ashley's back and winding her up and sending her off to Wendy? You started that. You and Ashley together planned it. You knew absolutely what was going on. Like, it's not even funny anymore how y'all be pretending to be oblivious. Your acting is not that good. It's just not. So Wendy comes and she arrives. That little light blue on her skin was beautiful. But Wendy arrives at the pool and Gizelle asks her if she wants to talk. And Wendy's response was, I don't blame her for not wanting to talk to Giselle. But my God, that was so juvenile. It was like if you've ever seen like a 4 or 5-year-old, like they're jumping around playing and they're having a great time, and then as soon as an adult speaks to them that they don't know, they're just like, that was Wendy. And she's just like playing with her braids. And Giselle is like, I don't want to talk to your braids. And I don't blame her. But here's the thing, Giselle, nobody wants your apology. Nobody wants to sit and talk to you because we already know that you're not sorrowful for what you have done. We already know that you don't really hold an apology for what you do. It was all calculated. It was all planned. There's no need in having an apology discussion. So I get why Wendy wouldn't want to talk to her, but I would expect for Wendy to simply articulate that to her. Giselle, we don't need to talk. You did what you did. You meant to do it. Okay, I see you now. That's it. That's it. So while they're sitting there, someone sees a tattoo that Mia has, and she starts to explain how traumatic her first birth was. And so she says her son was breached and the umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck a couple times, and it was just a horrible experience. She says her son's father was at a club across the street because he said it was too much for him, which, ooh, child, like that would have been my last day dealing with him, period. Like, I don't know when they broke up, but that would have been the last day. And she says when he did come, he brought a PlayStation and hooked it up to the TV. And it's such a sensational story. And all the ladies are like, and I'm just thinking, I don't even know if we can believe anything Mia says anymore. Because Mia just be saying stuff at this point. Like, I don't know if she forgets what be happening, if she forgets what she said, if she just be talking for the hell of talking. Does she be drunk and we don't know it? Like, what is happening? Because you definitely said you were a stripper, and then you said you were not a stripper. It's whatever. And then, of course, on this episode, she done told Wendy that Giselle called her a weak bee. And Bravo showed us several times Giselle didn't say that. That's not what she said. And Mia just be saying whatever the hell she want to say. So at this point, I don't know. Like, was the baby actually breached? Was he even a cesarean? Like, what is the real tea here? Because I don't get it. Anyways, so then Robyn starts to talk about the fact that Juan wasn't there when one of her sons was born. And she said it was because they were in a real jacked up part of their relationship. Robyn also talked a little bit about Juan getting the kids up. And here's something that I found interesting. Attack me if you want to, but just be respectful and keep it cute. Robyn said she hates getting her sons up for school. And so when we saw the episode where she was waking them up 3 minutes before it was time for class, a lot of us felt like, oh, she must be going through a depression. Something is going on, including me. I felt like, that is unacceptable. She needs to get help, But then when she said, I hate getting the boys up, and how Juan can just wake them up with his voice, it made me think there was no depression. Robyn lazy. Robyn's lazy, period. And the reason I say it's no depression is, one, the only time we've seen her not doing what she needs to get done is when it related to getting the boys up for school. She don't miss any of the functions. Okay? She might be a little late because we know she lives a little further, but she don't miss any of the functions. We see her jumping around, dancing, and all of this and stuff. She posted her video of her practicing for Candace's video. I'm no expert, and I can't say I know exactly what depression looks like, but I have known people who have actually struggled with depression in real life. And generally, when they can't get out of bed and do something, they can't get out of bed to do anything. It's not just one facet of their lives where, oh, I can't get up to get the kids ready for school. No, I'm not making my nail appointment. I'm not making my hair appointment. I'm not making this event. I'm not making this dinner. Like, I just can't get up and go. And that's not been the case for Robyn. She's attended everything. The only place she's not showing up, from what we see, is as it relates to getting those boys up for school. And I really hope she gets a hold on that and realizes how important it is that she get on top of that. And I know some of y'all are like, well, why couldn't Juan do it? I don't know. But it seems like they have an agreement that this was her responsibility. So if you two as a couple have an agreement that this is your responsibility, then you should do it. And, you know, I'm one who tries my best not to judge the way other people raise their kids, but I really didn't like those scenes. Like, you know, as a mom, I feel like kids need to get up. They need to have time to get their energy together, get their head together, get something to eat, wash their face, brush their teeth, all of that. Not just wake up in 3 minutes and just go log onto a computer. That's not an ideal learning experience. Anyways, okay, I'm off of that. So Karen finishes getting her makeup done. And did y'all notice that from the time she came outside, Giselle's face was just so torn up the whole time. Like, she really has so much animosity towards Karen. And I feel like Karen is a little more unbothered. Like, Karen makes little jabs and stuff at Giselle. But her anger towards Giselle is not real. But Giselle's anger and disgust towards Karen is so real and it's so thick. she don't like the fact that Karen is even breathing, as far as I could tell. So Candace suggests a dance competition for them to be in her drive back video. All the ladies look a fool. And that's coming from me, who's a horrible, horrible dancer. I am a card-carrying member of the Rhythmless Nation, but they all looked horrible. They all look stupid. No need to dwell on that. But of course, Candace is going to go ahead and let all of them be in the video because, of course, if she does that, then Bravo will be on the scene. And then the show will, at least for that episode, be about her and her music career. Smart move, Candace. I like it. So anyways, when Karen and Mia and Wendy go to Surrey County for her swearing in, for Karen's swearing in, the other ladies go play tennis. And they're having a good time playing. You've got Ascala and Candace on one team, Robyn and Giselle on another. They wager that whoever loses has to give the other team a foot rub. So Ascala and Candace lost. And then Giselle and Robyn sticking their feet out right after this tennis match. Oh no. Like, I'm not one of those people who's like, ooh, I hate feet. I can never touch feet. But they're not going to be coming fresh about no hot tennis shoe after y'all was just playing tennis in the hot sun. Oh no, no. And it was funny because Ascala was like, here go the deluxe massage. And she's like putting Robyn's toes inside the water bottle. That was actually a really fun, cute scene for me. And then right after that is when Robyn gives us the heartbreaking news that certain people won't be invited to her wedding. Whatever. So back at Surrey County, Karen is being sworn in, and it was nice that her family was there. You know, it looked very scarce, but of course it's the pandemic. So all they were able to have was her family being there. But they did show up for her. And so that was very, very nice. And then after she's done thanking her parents and all of that, her late parents, Ray takes the mic and tells her to announce the other thing. Here's another one of those moments where they're making sure that they place certain things on camera, because this was certainly not the forum to announce the extension of the Madame line. It simply wasn't. I mean, the only folks who were there were family and the Bravo cameras. So, of course, Karen and Ray made sure to get that on camera. Poor Wendy. Poor Wendy. Because, Karen, you were supposed to be being her mentor, so to speak, her advisor. It is so tacky and tasteless that you didn't tell her that you also had a candle line. I'm not saying that Karen stole her idea. I don't know who came up with it first. And Karen said, well, when she came to me, it was about her, not about me. But it would have still been a courtesy to say, I can see why you would want to do candles. Madame actually has a candle line coming out as well. Like, you could have at least just put her on notice. But this way looks so super, super shady. But Wendy didn't seem to be too upset about it. So that's good. But it definitely seems shady. And then in her confessional saying that hers is a 3-wick candle while Wendy's is a 1-wick and hers can fill the entire room. Why was that necessary? Come on now, Grand Dame. That wasn't very Grand Dame-ish of you. You got to be a better fairy godmother than that, okay? So moving along. So, of course, we see them then driving back to the dinner, and that's when Mia tells Wendy that Giselle called her a weak bee. And when they get back to the dinner, Robyn is being really childish on the phone with Juan, and she's calling him her non-existent partner. Juan sounded so annoyed. He just sounded so frustrated. Not at being called non-existent by another lady in the group, but that the fact that Robyn was doing this on the phone. Like, men don't like to be dragged into the BS. They don't. And so she was doing that to put a show on for the ladies. But meanwhile, Juan sounded so annoyed. And he's like, call me back. Like, I don't want to do this foolishness or whatever. So Wendy tried to apologize to Robyn, and Robyn didn't accept the apology for whatever reason. She's saying that she feels like it shows how Wendy really feels about her. Okay, well, Wendy can't change how she feels, but she apologized for the fact that she hurt you and it was uncalled for. But it's up to you, of course, whether or not you want to accept the apology. So Mia has not had enough drama for the day, so she basically directs Wendy to address Giselle and the made-up thing that she has told Wendy about Giselle. And all of the ladies who were there were like, that's not what was said. And so now, Mia, you looking stupid, especially since when Giselle was like, who said that? And Mia's all like, you did. Not only did she not say that, but she didn't say anything like that. And she's like, well, that was my interpretation. And Wendy is looking like, this fool. Mia, I mean, like all of y'all be getting drunk and then trying to remember what happened and just filling in blank spaces and all of that. Y'all got to do better, because this is looking real, real ratchet. It was looking very, very ratchet, and Mia really looked stupid, and Mia really made herself look like a liar. So people are trying to like you. I still like you. I think Mia is entertaining. I think that in the upcoming episodes, we're going to see a lot of entertainment from her and G, and I'm here for it. But Mia, you're going to be put on the list with Karen, where we just really don't be believing what you be saying. So, Giselle is like, she's happy to talk to Wendy whenever Wendy is ready. And Wendy's basically like, we don't need to talk. Like, I don't need no apology from you. Me and my husband, good, whatever. That's all the vindication that I need and all of this and so on. And Karen is like, hey, man, yeah, she said that. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, you're an inspiration. Karen, what is all of that? And I agree. Giselle was like, if Wendy had said I crapped and it was pink, Karen would have cheered her on. And I agree. I don't know what all of that was, but she was hyping her up way too much about that. And I think it was really just to stick it to Giselle, and just to really, really oppose Giselle. But it was really unnecessary. Nothing Wendy said was all amazing. It just wasn't. Anyways, so that's all I got on that episode. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Again, I think Karen is a terrible fairy godmother. She was not cool in launching this candle line and not telling Wendy about it. Mia is proven to be a little bit of a liar. Whatever. Anyway, so that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed that episode. I hope you enjoyed my commentary on it. Drop down in the comments and let me know how you feel about what I had to say. Tell me where I was wrong. Tell me where you agree and all of that. But keep it cute. That's all I ask. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.